Section 106 is a review process carried out to assess potential adverse effects on historically significant properties when projects are funded, licensed, or approved by the federal government. There are 4 steps to this process: initiate, identify, assess, and resolve. The first step is to initiate Section 106. The question is there an undertaking? A project qualifies as an undertaking if it involves federal property, funds, and/or permits. This step is where you have to get your ducks in a row. Any consulting parties have to be notified, such as the TIPO, the SHPO, and the public. And thorough research has to be done on the property, structure, or building to prepare for the next step. No undertaking? You're done. If there is an undertaking, continue to step 2. The second step is to identify the area of potential effect for the project. With the involvement of the consulting parties and the public, the area of potential effect is evaluated to identify whether it contains any qualifying historic resource. No historic properties in the APE? You're done. Historic properties found? Continue to step 3. The third step is to assess. Literally, it means to assess the potential adverse effects on the historic resources identified in the second step. Again, consulting parties and the public are involved in this step. No adverse effects? You're done. Adverse effects found? Continue to the last step. The last step in this process is to resolve. This is when a legally binding resolution, like a memorandum of agreement, is reached on how to carry out the project now that adverse effects have been identified. At this point, the consulting parties and public are still involved. Reach an agreement? You have completed the Section 106 process. Nice job! What can an MOA look like? It can come in many different forms. Sometimes it involves documentation, sometimes preservation, and sometimes just proceeding as originally planned. A programmatic agreement is another form of resolution which can complete Section 106. Programmatic agreements are developed with federal agencies to expedite frequent and smaller projects. There is no exact timeline for the Section 106 process. Some say that it takes 30 days per step to complete, or approximately 120 days in total if all 4 steps are needed. However, that timeline is only if there are no issues along the way. Depending on who is involved in the project and how large it is, Section 106 compliance could take much longer. In other words, it pays to get your ducks in a row. To learn more about the Section 106 process and find more resources, take a look at our website, sec106.umwsites.net, or our Instagram, @section106_UMW.